So we're going to get into our first topic here. The Final Fantasy VII Remake has a new trailer, and it's awesome. I actually considered flipping the screen here so that we could watch it. I wasn't sure if anybody has seen it or not. I've not seen the trailer. I will watch it. I will be right back. I considered flipping it because I wasn't, but I don't know if we'll get in trouble for watching it so that you all can see it here. And at this point, I would probably just keep stopping it to point out how much I love the things that I'm seeing. I'm so excited for this remake. I wanted to come out. I still need to watch it as well. It's awesome. This trailer is amazing. See, yeah, a lot of people haven't seen it yet. Should we watch it? Do you want to watch it? I'm worried that if I watch. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I'm going to apologize to YouTube right now. What I'm going to do is we're going to flip the screen and we're going to watch it here. So if anybody has not seen it, we're going to watch it right now. So don't leave. You don't have to leave if you want to do the discussion. But for YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this section out, and then we'll come back in once we are done talking about it. So I'm going to flip it around. So if you're on YouTube, I will see you in a second. Welcome back. Yay. We're back. Wow. What a fantastic trailer. Aqua, I'm back for watching the trailer or anything. Yeah, Aqua, I decided to play it, and then I'm just gonna cut it out when I do the upload to YouTube. Squeenix, shut up and take my money. All right, so there was a lot to unpack there, and what an amazing trailer. First of all, what an amazing way to do the trailer, which is to show a lot of the story elements, show a lot of the character models, because we got to see a ton of the character models there. We got a few questions answered. My biggest question was the Cloud in the dress sequence. We got to see that it was going to happen, which is amazing. I was ridiculously excited to see that. My only question is, that looks like something that just occurs. And if you play the original game, it was a sequence that you had to do. There were a few mini games that you had to play in order to, I think it was just one mini game, but there were a few different things you had to do in order to get different pieces of the outfit. So, yeah, I like how it was done at the Honeybee Inn. In the original game, it was not done at the Honeybee Inn. It was done at the dressmaker shop, and he gave you the dress, but then they gave you the opportunity to gather other items to increase the probability of Cloud getting picked at Corneo's mansion. So this game, it doesn't look like that. This game kind of looks like you go to the Honeybee Inn and they probably do you up. There's probably a mini game or something that you have to do in order to get that done. Yeah, maybe you're gonna have to do some epic squats in there, but the fact that it's in there tells me that they are keeping the atmosphere of the game, that they are doing, because I know somebody said before that they did say that was going to be in there, but now we've seen it. It looks great. And by the way, Cloud in dress, cosplay goals. Yeah, I think they'll keep all of the sequences in. It's just them putting all of it on. Yeah, I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if it's just that, because it does make more sense that they would do it at the Honeybee Inn than at the dress shop. They also gave you a weird look at the dress shop, yeah. And not only is the dress happening, but it seems like they're playing it up more as a scene. We know that the squat game is in it. Oh, that's right. We did see that the squat game is in it earlier. Could be you still getting the parts to go to the Honeybee and dress. Yeah, I wonder. You know what I'm wondering, Lilac? I'm wondering, because what happened in the original game was you had to do the little things for the different pieces, but there were different tiers of the pieces. You could get an okay wig, or like the blonde wig was the really good one. You could get the silky dress, you know what I mean? You could get, I think the perfume was just the perfume. You could skip the sexy thong, and then I think there was something else. I don't remember what the other thing was. The shoes. I think it was the shoes. I'm wondering if what it is in this game is just there's only one dress, there's only one wig, there's only one pair of shoes or something. No, the thong stays on. But you still have to do them all. You know, I'm wondering if you have to go and get all of them, but there's only one of each. Never played 7, but after seeing that trailer, a cloud is a beautiful girl. The sexy cologne, if you gave the digestive to the lady in the hotel, in the toilet. Yeah, I didn't remember if there were different colognes. So this is interesting. So I'm very interested to see how far they take some of these things. I really want the scene where they're talking to Corneo and they're like, if you don't tell us, I'll chop them off. If you don't tell us, I'll smash them. I want to see a lot of that stuff. Like you buy the materials, but the minute the Honeybee Inn. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Lady Fox. If it's still mini games or something, but you can't, because you could skip certain pieces. In the original, you had to get the blonde wig, you had to get the wig, and you had to get the dress. But you could skip the thong, the cologne, and I know there was something else that I'm missing. So I'm wondering if they're going to make it a requirement that you have to get it, and then when you go, because it's a cut scene. So since it's a pre-made cutscene, I don't think they're going to have it any kind of variation. The makeup. I don't think they're going to have any variation in what Cloud wears. It's always going to look like that. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of mini games tied to it. But I'm super excited for that part alone. And I gotta tell you, it's making me question some things about myself. That guy at the Honeybee Inn. Yeah. Who was that guy with the sword? Thank you, Mendez. I thought I was crazy. There was a guy on a motorcycle that drops in and he's got a sword and he says something about getting another shot or something. I don't know who that is. Is that a new character? Is that what that's going to be? Because that's not. Yeah, there were a few dudes with the sword. He was the blonde guy on the motorcycle. I don't know who that is, so I'm guessing that's a new character, which is not. It's not bad. It's not a bad idea to have at least one new character. I would date Dress Cod. I don't know if I would date Dress Cod. I would date that guy from the Honeybee Inn. I don't know. Or we would just stay in. I don't know. I thought he might be Reno. That's what I was thinking, but Reno wasn't a sword on a motorcycle. Reno was that stick. He had the electro rod stick. And Reno was with the Turk. Reno was with the Turks. He would. I don't think that Reno would be that brazen, like jump down on a motorcycle type of guy. I never took the character to be that. The only gripe that I had was at the very, very beginning when it's like the flashback and Cloud and Tifa are on the water thing and they're talking about, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be a soldier. In the game, they were little kids. And then in this one, he looks like he's 16 years old. So it was just a little bit weird for me. But I don't mind if they change that. That's fine. They showed him chasing after them when they escaped from the reactor by bike in an earlier trailer. He said they were a member of Soldier. I guess the rematch thing was after that. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's a new character. A lot of sexual tension in the Honeybee scene. Yeah, Reno's a Turk. That guy was part of Soldier. Isn't Reno redhead? Was Reno? Yeah, I think Reno was a redhead. Comes in for physical therapy and melts into goo. No, they were kids. They weren't kids. They were like 14. But if you watch in the original game, first of all, their voices sound like they were 18 when they're sitting on that water thing. But in the original game, look at the character models. Like, go back and see it. They look like little kids. They look like 9-year-olds in the original game. So it's not a huge deal. It's just it struck me as a little weird, to hear them like, oh, I'm gonna grow up and join soldiers. Like, you sound like you have a 5 o'clock shadow already. Then he's gonna get backstabbed big time by his role model, which I never knew Sephiroth was his role model. But then Aqua, you need to play 7. You need to play 7 because 7 is an amazing game. I don't think this is gonna spoil it if you played 7 and you try and play this. But yes, there's a lot to that. That I won't get into. I won't. If you choose not to watch it, I'm not to play it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. They're going to fight Genova. The Genova fight looked amazing. Visually, all of it was beautiful. Graphically, the whole thing was phenomenal. I don't think there's any question that the whole thing just looked amazing. I think they looked like kids, but Cloud left soon after that, and Cloud was mid. Yeah, you're right, Mendez. It does make less sense that Cloud was talking about that when he was not, when he would have been talking about it when he was 9 years old. Just watch it. Go back and watch the scene. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but yeah, if for anybody that hasn't seen it, go back and watch that original flashback scene, and you'll see what I mean. Like I always got the impression like he seems kind of young, and then in this trailer it was like, I'm gonna join Soldier. Well, no, because actually, in the original, I think he says when I grow up, I'm gonna join Soldier. I don't think he was saying that he was leaving like tomorrow. In this one, I think that's the difference. In this one, it makes it seem like he's gonna be leaving soon to join Soldier. In the original, he makes it seem like they're little kids, and when I grow up, I'm gonna join Soldier and be like my hero Sephiroth, who is that's a good hero to have. I'm not hot on them fighting Genova that early in the story. I'm interested to see when that is, though, because okay, I'm trying to think of the sequence of events here. When they see the form of Sephiroth, and that's when Sephiroth cuts the bridge and Cloud falls. But then Cloud lunges at him with the sword and all. When they see that in the game, isn't that the first piece of Sephiroth of Genova that they fight? That's the first Genova fight. So that's exactly when that should happen. I think they do comment that shortly after the talk, he did leave the town. Okay. What if One Disc is the Crisis Core remake? Cloud said, "Come this spring." Okay, so yeah, so that's what it is. So then, yeah, but yeah, when you go back and you look at the character models, they seem younger. But yeah, okay, so I guess they were a bit older. How does Mark Hamill sound? He was the Honeybee Inn guy. Was that who he was? It sounded fantastic. You fight a Genova piece after Sephiroth breaks it down. Brings it down. Yeah, so I think that's maybe the fight that we saw. I'm wondering if that's what we saw. That's new for the remake. They don't have interaction with Sephiroth until after Junon. Yeah, unless that's when it is. See, that's the thing. That's another thing that we're not sure about. We don't know how much of this game we're getting up front. Oh, he's the Don. Oh, he sounded great. Yeah, he sounded great. Yeah. That was terrific. That was terrific voice work. I love Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's so great. First time the party saw Sephiroth was on the boat after the whole Junon thing, and he did have like a piece of Genova, and then they fought it. Right? Wasn't that where they first fought the Genova piece? That was Birth. Was it Genova Birth was the first one, and it was like Birth, Life, Death, and then Rebirth or something. I forget what the four Genova pieces. I think it was 4 Genova fights, and I forget what exactly they were. Tara Strong is gonna play Ketchy. Sorry, Tara Strong. I'm not gonna listen to you then. Was there a fight in Midgar? I do remember you fight a robot in the elevator. Yes, but it was not a Genova. I'm thinking of the Genova fights. Because I could have sworn they fought Genova at some point. He always dropped a piece after you fought her. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. All right. So yeah, on that ship is the Genova fight. Birth, Life, Death, Absolute. Okay, that's what it was. Right. So not Rebirth. Absolutely. I think I got the first 3 right. Just how much of this remake are we going to get? And that's the thing. We don't know how much we're going to get. And I'm curious to see that. Wait. Uncle Silver does not like Tara. No, I like Tara Strong. Tara Strong's fantastic. I don't like Ketchi. Or Kate Chi. Whatever the hell that character. Traitor. I always call him Traitor. I don't like Traitor. But oh no, Tara Strong's fantastic. I think the fight in Midgar was called an experiment. But it did look similar to Genova. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, they're gonna have extra fights. I feel like there's gonna be some extra. There's clearly gonna be some extra stuff in this remake. So we got that extra guy on the motorcycle. Yeah, I'm trying my best to not spoil anything, but I mean, it is a 20-something-year-old game. Notice I'm not talking about this. I can't talk about this new game. I don't know what this new game's all about. But the original game is 20-something years old, and it's like $9 on Switch. Traitor. TR8R. Every time I hear Tara Strong, I just think of Twilight Spark. Yeah, exactly. I like Tara Strong for that voice work. Yeah, it's the Traitor character I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, cat shit. I love to be a Final Fantasy VII fanboy about this, but I gotta head out. I'll be thinking about Mark Hamill sexually provoking Cloud at work. Oh yeah. I'm joking. Also, the game doesn't make any attempt to hide it. Yeah. There's no. That's so funny. Like, you know what's funny? It was the scene when Cloud is talking during the gameplay, and he's like, "They're not just gonna let her go. She's the last surviving ancient." And I'm like, "Wow, that was kind of a big spoiler if you've never played the game." But it's a 20-something-year-old game. Later, Lady Fox Heart, have a good one. See you at the Honeybee Inn. When he says that, I'm like, wow, that's kind of ruined it for anybody who might be coming in new to the game. But it is a 20-something-year-old game. It'll be 23 this year, right? It was 97. So it'll be 23 this year. They had the Chocomog. Yeah, the Chocomog summon was phenomenal. We got to see Leviathan, who I always liked Leviathan, but I was always more of a Neo Bahamut summon. I always thought the Neo Bahamut summon was way cooler. I thought the Neo Bahamut summon was cooler than Bahamut Zero. So I'm like, I want to see that. Cloud's 21 in this game. Yeah. No peeping in the keyholes. Well, that's half the fun. Basic Bahamut for me. Basic Bahamut was okay. I love the Neo Bahamut. The whole take him up and you blast them on the rock. Oh my god. I gotta go Pete the time. Oh yeah, but what a fantastic trailer. The character models were off the wall, man. We got to see not most of the cast. Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Bullet, Barrett, Red 13 now. So we still haven't seen Vincent, Sid, Yuffie, or Ketchi. Catch Heidegger, Reeve, the President Shinra, Scarlet, and Palmer. Palmer we got to see. So the character models were just remarkable. All of the work was done. So something about Palmer's model was just amazing to me, and I don't know why. Peeping lets you see President Shinra and his fetishes. I know someone is 10 somewhere, and not everyone watches the same stuff. But it's Hawk Goggles. It's probably going to be the youngest kids that wouldn't know. But I don't think the youngest kids are clamoring for a Final Fantasy VII remake. You know what I mean? I feel like anybody clamoring for this remake has already played the original. Aqua has not played the original. Perhaps given from what we've seen, they might be taking a different approach to the story. That's what I'm wondering. I did not have any context of her being a part of this ancient. Yeah, okay, so it's not really a spoiler for you. It's rough to avoid spoilers at this point with a game that has been this popular for so long. But I think you'll be okay. I don't think I am kind of curious to see how they change the story, because I know they're going to make some changes. I'm interested to see how they handle the Temple of the Ancients and that whole thing, which I definitely don't want to say, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm interested to see how they handle that. I'm interested to see what direction they take it in. Again, I hate the sentiment of X is 20 years old, so spoilers don't exist. Yeah, spoilers exist. They exist. It's just at a certain point, you have to question how fair it is to be asking people to not give you spoilers. You know, unless somebody specifically says, "Hey, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy VII, and I don't want to know what happens." Okay, that's understandable, but it's difficult to say I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, so whenever anybody talks about the game, I expect them to not give me spoilers. And you can't justify saying that to people. And because of that, you're bound to have gotten some spoilers by accident at this point. Not even an accident, they're just there. You know, I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, but while I don't want anybody just flat out telling me what happens in the movie, I can't argue if I hear somebody talking about it, because after this long, it's my fault for not having seen it. Really like President Shinra. The character model in this game reminds me of the 15 models, but we've done way better. Which I haven't played 15, so I need to actually play 15. I recommend you give the game an original try. Yeah, Trios. I would recommend that too. I would recommend as well that you play the Final Fantasy VII original. Play it on the Switch. It's got all the boost features and stuff. You can get through the storyline and not have to worry about the grindiness of old school RPGs. I think you'll like it. I laughed at Palmer's only line is the joke about him being a lioness and having a stick of butter in his teeth. Yeah, he says with lard in the original, right? People love this game, and some love to hate the game. And yeah, there's people that don't like Rocky. There's people who get annoyed. Final Fantasy VII at one point, and even a little bit now, is one of those games where whenever people talk about RPGs, they talk about how great Final Fantasy VII is, and some people just hate hearing that. The tank Ceratops in 4K. I'll be fine. I've not seen hardly any spoilers since, save for that one sad moment that is well known. Okay, so that's the moment that I was talking about. The way I browse the internet, I tend not to encounter spoilers usually. Oh, not just talking about Final Fantasy VII when I said that. Well, but that's true of anything. That's true of any game, you know, any movie or anything like that. Like, imagine somebody getting upset because I spoiled Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? Oh my God, how could you tell me that was his father? You know, sorry, spoilers. You know, it comes to a certain point where you've had plenty of opportunities to watch it or play it. So if you cared after 23 years, you would have done it. Damn it, Greg. So gonna be blood if Aerith gets belly button piercing. I actually would get but Jerf, that's not fair to everybody else. That's not fair, because now you're holding people's conversations hostage by telling them that if you get a spoiler, you're going to be upset at them, and that's not fair. That's not fair to everybody else that has played the game, has seen the movie, has encountered whatever. Again, if you say
your idea is intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Derek Kai, thanks so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. If you say you're doing it right now, if you say, hey, I just started Final Fantasy VII, I don't know anything about the game, please don't spoil it for me, you're totally justified in being upset if somebody intentionally spoils something for you. But if you happen to be out somewhere and somebody's having a conversation and it's about a game that's been out for a decade, and they happen to say something that you didn't know, that's not fair to turn to them and say, excuse me, I was going to play that game. Like, you see what I mean? It's a bit unfair to hold everybody's conversation hostage because you might be playing that game, or you might not have seen that movie yet. After a time, that's why when a movie first comes out, there's months that you really shouldn't be just blatantly having a conversation about it. But after 23 years, do you really have the right to tell somebody that they're not allowed to talk about the plot of a video game because you have chosen not to play it this whole time? Yeah, people don't talk about the plot of Final Fantasy VII much other than Aerith, which is probably the game's biggest spoilers. Spoiler, Cloud's hair is spiky. There has to be a time when you expect spoilers. Yeah, if you really don't want something spoiled, yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, but every once in a while you got to be hit with a hard truth. And that's a hard truth. Cloud has so many issues he can legally be called Sports Illustrated. When it comes to spoilers, I think the whole expecting people not to spoil the game period thing only applies to brand new games that just came out. Yeah, if it's been a few years now, it's going to be spoiled. And if you haven't played it at this point, yeah, it's kind of safe to. Yeah, like I haven't played Last of Us. I never played Last of Us, but I'm pretty sure I've heard some spoilers on that. I can't fault anybody for talking about that game, especially when the second one is coming out or came out. I have no idea. And they say, oh, well, after the death of this character, now this character, how would that make me sound to say, oh, well, I can't believe they just ruined the first one for me. Like the first one was like years ago. There's a point where spoilers for something will be expected. It's when you know someone is trying to avoid them. Exactly. When you know someone's trying to actively avoid them and you spoil them, you're a jerk. But you can't expect everybody to assume that you haven't seen anything and you're trying to see everything. So it's not really fair. I should have seen movies from the 70s. Well, it depends. Z King 9975. Thank you so much for the sub. In the hunt with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. Yeet. I don't have a yeet button, so I'm not going to I can't throw a yeet your way, but very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just that's just my opinion on spoilers. I just think that, which is wildly off topic from Final Fantasy VII, but that's a perfect example. If you don't want to be spoiled by the storyline for Final Fantasy VII now with the remake or with trailers, don't watch trailers and go play the original. That's it. That's I mean, the trailer has already given you a couple of spoilers. So at this point, if you don't want to be spoiled anymore, it's your responsibility to go and play the trailer. And for anybody that says, oh, well, I don't have $60 to buy the game when it comes out, then you don't have the $10 to go buy Final Fantasy VII. I don't know what to tell you. Too many games is so little time. Too many games is correct. Way too many games. Ribs! Oh, wait. Ribs! Spare ribs! Sorry if that startled anybody. But the Final Fantasy VII trailer was amazing. It is shaping up to be everything I want it to be. I was actually not at all hype for Final Fantasy VII until the E3 trailer from last E3. That was the first time I thought, oh man, I'm actually kind of hyped. The battle system looks good. The graphics look amazing. It looks like they still got a lot of that stuff that I like. Stuff like the Honeybee Inn and all of that. I was worried that they were going to lose the humorous side of Final Fantasy VII. So I was glad to see that they started keeping it. Now that I've seen this trailer, I am all in. Like, I keep saying that Animal Crossing and Cyberpunk 2077 were day one purchases, and Final Fantasy was probably going to be soon after. I think it has officially bumped itself up to day one purchase. I think that I will have money set aside, maybe even prepay the game when I get my income tax check, and so that I can walk in there that morning and buy the game and go home. Which I have not been I've not been ashamed of going and taking days off of work or lining up my vacation with video game releases. I believe what is April 10th? What is that? Is that a? I hope that's a Friday, but it's a Friday. So I will most likely take that Friday off, go in the morning, buy the game, come home and play it the whole time, play it all weekend. Does it come out until April? So you have plenty of time to say, yeah, exactly. But in all seriousness, the internet can be a blessing and a curse, since everything can be shown, and there are people who are unprepared. By the way, whore, WHO'Re. It's whore. Unprepared for what kind of door they'll be opening, because sometimes someone won't even be bothered to put a spoiler warning. Yeah. Chaos, I don't like when they don't say spoiler warning. What I don't like more is when they put spoiler pictures. Articles would do that, where they put like a spoilery picture, and it's like, well, I can't even avoid that. I scroll past it and I see the spoiler. I was hyped with the Ifrit trailer. The Ifrit trailer was pretty good, but this is it. This is like a whole new level for me. I keep throwing my card at my PC, but it's not pre-ordering it. Lilac, that's what the 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch floppy drive used to be for. That used to be for your credit card so that you could pre-order games. I gotta ask, if you had to choose one game to last you for 2 months, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. There's no question. Animal Crossing is a game that has longevity. You'll play that for a long stretch of time. Final Fantasy VII, I don't doubt for a second that I'm going to play through it and I'm going to love it, and then it's going to go on the shelf until I play it again some other time. Animal Crossing, I will be playing at least for 2 months straight. That's minimum. Can we expect the stream of 7 Remake at some point? Probably. Let's see how long it takes. Games like that, I won't stream first playthroughs because I want to play it at my own pace, but probably at some point. Somebody asked me also about, let me see if I can find it here. Trials of Mana? Trials of Mana? Mana. Where did I see that? I saw somebody ask me about Trials of Mana, if I was going to get that too. Where is that? Wow, where is it? Now I'm like, it wasn't that far down. Oh, right there, right above Mendez. You're gonna get Trials of Mana. I don't know. I want to give it a shot, but I think that's gonna be like a 60. It's probably gonna be a $60 game. I need to be very picky about which games I'm gonna be buying in the next probably a year. Yeah, I saw that, Mendez. Thank you. The guaranteed purchases are Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII now, and Cyberpunk. Other than that, everything else is kind of a maybe. It looks good. Trials of Mana looks good. It's in addition to Trials, like new things, there's old things I want to get, because I do still want to get Dragon Quest 11. You know, there are a few. I want to finally get Hollow Knight, since a lot of people have told me to play Hollow Knight. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I already want to get, and then so I need to be picky about what new stuff I throw onto that pile. I think Animal Crossing New Horizons takes place in Colorado because they're able to sell wheat. I'm fine with that. That's the beauty of Animal Crossing. It's like The Sims in a sense that it never ends. Yeah, I mean, there's still people playing New Leaf. There's still people playing Animal Crossing New Leaf, and New Leaf came out 6 years ago, maybe more. What was Animal Crossing New Leaf? Was that 6 years ago? Actually, it's probably more. So maybe like 8 years. Yeah, I haven't played Hollow Knight. See, that's exactly the point. I haven't played Hollow Knight. And that's all everybody tells me is the best Metroidvania game, and I still haven't played it. 2013 in the US. Okay, 2013. So yeah, I probably got it. I got it a little bit after that. So after it came out, I forget exactly when it came out. Let me see here. Animal Crossing New Leaf. Release date? November 8th, 2012. So November 8th, 2012 is when it actually came out. So I got it the summer of 2013. 2013. If I've told that story before, that my buddy Pedro showed up with a 3DS and a copy of the game, and I think it was 2013 that he showed up. So yeah, so that's people are still playing it. There's still stuff to do. Like, depending on what you want to do, there's still plenty of stuff. I maxed that town out, so I was all bunched up for that guy. Oh, June 9th, 2013 in the U.S. Okay. So maybe it was maybe 2014 is when I got the game. Might have been later than that. Yeah, so it might have been it might have been 2014. I think the game was out for a while when I had that. I wish I had a capture card because I would love to play some New Leaf on stream and show off the town. But we're way off of Final Fantasy here. But yeah, Final Fantasy trailer, absolutely amazing. If you have not seen it, we watched it here a second ago, but if you still have not seen it, absolutely go and check it out. Remarkable. But